there are a series of choices that you can make when something happens in the music. You hear something, you can either join it, you can work against it, you can bring yourself down to accompany that, you can make a decision to overpower what you hear, you can be in sort of a conflict with it. And these are all like compositional devices that you have to make decisions about in real time when you're improvising.
I was thinking about the synthesizer and how you could approach it to create different sounds, and I felt like I wanted to use my voice in the same way, which was a weird thing to think of. And honestly, when I first started improvisationally performing, I was thinking like I'm making sounds with my voice, and not realizing that actually the voice is a much more emotional instrument than a synthesizer. And, after a while I realized, the voice is so attached to our body, obviously, and so a lot of our emotions come out through it. Even if you're thinking, I am just creating this sound that goes with the sound that somebody else is making, it's still just the fact that it's coming from a body is huge.
There are certain sounds that, and I don't mean this in any critical way, but it at times it sounds as if she's tortured, or it's the sound of torture, and yet it manifests itself in sort of a beautiful way. But I like these sounds that express certain emotions that never come through in a popular song, and that's just sort of the more gut level human experience that we normally keep inside. We're sort of afraid to show that. And there's a lot of kind of, almost a violence, but it's always it's always very controlled too. It's not just someone screaming. It's a very nuanced and at times delicate, at times really frantic sounding. But all of this is done without words. So I think that's what appeals to me. It sounds sort of timeless because it's sort of pre-language. See, I came to Chicago from Los Angeles, and in Los Angeles I worked in the recording studios. I played on TV shows and film scores. Chicago has no real music industry, so that's very liberating. Financially, there are a lot of obstacles that people have to face, but I think what makes up for that is that the musicians support each other, and that's something that honestly I'd never experienced until I came to Chicago.
I mean, I think it's like having a conversation, really. I mean, you don't know exactly what you're going to do. I mean, I think you have the tools available to you, like the history of what you know, the skill in which you can speak, or the amount of words that are in your head, your knowledge. What music have I listened to? What have I played? All those things kind of come together during an improvisation.